Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and this message, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. It was sent to me by one of our dear brothers. He is saying that he is from Zim, but he is based in Europe. The message reads like this: Hello my brother, how are you? I am a man who is aged 45. I am based here in Ireland. I was blessed with 2 kids and my beautiful wife, but a lot of things is going on with my wife. The story that I want to tell you, it is about my father-in-law. I started dating my wife. We met when I was in university. As for my wife, she went to university there in South Africa. So I met her when she was on her holidays. When we met, my brother, all that I can say is that it was like love at first time. But I only dated my wife for only about 2 days, and before I could even know it, I was taken to her father's place. How her father had managed to know that I was now dating her daughter, I could not even understand. What happened is that the first day when I met this woman who later became my wife, she had given me her phone numbers, and I had also given her my phone numbers. And throughout the night, Brother Nashi, we were speaking to each other using SMSs. Back in those days, there was no Facebook and there was no WhatsApp. We could only communicate with each other using SMSs. And I don't know how her father then got hold of my phone numbers. I then received a phone call, and the man who was speaking on the other side of the phone told me that he was the father to the girl that I was dating. I was really shocked. He then told me that I was supposed to come and meet up with him. My brother, I wanted to refuse, but the kind of an SMS that he later sent to me, it was just an SMS that was threatening me with death, and I was really scared. I didn't tell anyone about this. The only thing that I did is that I then communicated with that new girlfriend of mine, and I showed her the message that had been sent to me by her father. She then said that her father was a man who was very serious when it comes to his family, so I had to do everything that he had asked me to do, even though he was a man who was very strict and protective over his family, but he was a man who was gentle and he could assist me. This girl that I had met, who later became my wife, when I had met her, she was someone who was really simple, and I never even imagined that I would end up getting married to a woman whose father was quite a rich man. His father owned a couple of buses, and at the time when I met her, I didn't even suspect that her father was quite a wealthy man. So me and her, we then drove, because she was already driving at that time. She said that she wanted to take me straight to her father. We then went and we met with her father at the garage where her father's buses were serviced. Her father then took us into his office, and when we got into his office, he locked up his office door, and I was really scared because I thought that maybe he was going to beat me up or to do something bad to me. When he started speaking with me, he asked me what was my intentions with his daughter. I told him that, and when I had proposed love to his daughter, I had never imagined myself dating a beautiful woman like his daughter. Then he said that I should make a promise to him that I was going to love his daughter until death. And indeed, my brother, I made that promise whilst we were sitting in his office. Then he started laughing at me after I had promised him that I was only going to love his daughter until death. Then he said, indeed, if you have said on your own that you are going to love my daughter until death has taken you, I am going to make sure that it is going to happen. He then rose up from where he was seated. Then he went to this other place where there was an office cabinet, one of those metallic office cabinet. He opened one drawer, then he pulled out a small cardboard box that was full of leaves. I don't know what type of leaves they were. He then took a handful of those leaves and some roots. Then he started crushing the roots and he made me a herbal drink to mix. Then he said that this herbal drink mix that I have given you, if you are going to betray my daughter, you are going to find out for yourself, but you will regret. That herbal mix that he made for me, it was bitter to drink. After that, he then took out a waist chain from that same office cabinet of his. He then told me to kneel down before him, and he called his daughter and he instructed his daughter to do the same. So me and my future wife, we were both kneeling down whilst I was facing my father-in-law. He then told us that we were supposed to hold our hands. After we had held our hands, he then took that waist chain that he had taken from that same office cabinet. Then he started wrapping, then he started tying that waist chain around our hands. After that, that was when he poured the leftovers that were left in that cup which he had mixed that herbal drinks on our hands. He then told my wife to say anything that she wanted to happen to me if I was ever going to cheat on her. And this thing that was going to happen to me, it would happen even if it meant that she was going to find out about the cheating, or if she had not found out about the cheating. This ritual that we were doing, it was going to affect me anyway. Then that woman who later became my wife said that if I was ever going to cheat on her, then I was going to become blind. After that, my father-in-law told us to get up on our feet. Then he gave that waist chain to his daughter so that she can wear it right there whilst he was looking. Then my wife, after she had worn that waist chain, I swear to you, Brother Nashi, that my wife, she has never removed that waist chain. I swear to you that my wife, I have never seen her removing that waist chain. It doesn't matter where we are or where we go, I have always seen her wearing that waist chain. So me and my girlfriend, we continued dating, but as we were dating, I quickly realized that this was a one-sided relationship, and there was this other time I was going to see this girl that I was dating. Then there was this other man who picked me up. He then asked me where I was going. So I told him that I was going to meet up with my girlfriend. When I told him the name of my girlfriend, he started laughing, and from the way that he was laughing, at first I thought that he was jealous, but as time went on and I then saw that everything that the man had told me was actually happening in my relationship, because my girlfriend, she was the one who would control me. If she didn't want me to go back to my place, she would tell me that today you are going to be sleeping at our house. It was not like